channels. Alright?
I don't know any right now.
No, hey, just do it. You just keep doing what you're doing right now, buddy. Look. This dude just freaking was telling me freaking these channels to look up, and I'm like, wait a second. Hey, what was the names of them last videos that we was watching?
Oh,
go back.
I don't know.
Look. Go to the library and look at history, and freaking it'll tell you.
So just cooking with cons and shit.
Oh yeah, exactly. Cooking with cons. Here we go. Yeah. See, anyway, I'm in the process of waiting for these freaking vids to upload. It seems like it said it was at 6 minutes, and then I waited 15 minutes, and then it said 10 minutes when I refreshed, and I was like, ugh. And that's just, how it goes sometimes. That's why patience is a virtue, as so they say, Here we go. Cooking with cons. Yeah, dude. So just look as the vids come up and the suggestions or whatever. It looks like to me this is going to be a excellent journey into the underworld and the underbelly of certain things. Anyway, there was this dude on this one channel, and he was like, if you want to live the thug life, he's like, this is going to end up being your house. And he was freaking he went in a 3D or 360 panoramic of his cell. And it was like literally like being inside like a little box, like a little package. Like they're keeping you alive to be consumed by the aliens. Like on V, the reptilian aliens that are taking over society. So I had no idea this content was on here. Hey, what was that one where the cartel TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Let me see this. I got my buddy Dustin over here. He's just chilling. Freaking soaking up some Wi-Fi.
Watching pointless shit.
Yeah, watch. No, it's not really pointless because listen, it's an indicator of the times, man, and the disclosures that we're getting. Anyway, man, on these channels, man, he was showing me this video, and it was literally dudes freaking getting chased by the Coast Guard in a boat, dude, and it was freaking that was some freaking action-packed sequences of of action in that it was real. That shit was creepy, dude. Like, I listened for a second, I went into real deal. Like, I felt really like a pirate. I felt it, the way it felt like a first-person shooter in a video game. The way the guy was panically and frantically panning back and forth with the cameras, and there was things swooping in and all kinds of movement. It was freaking dope. And I was like, oh my gosh, for a second, I felt like a real smuggler. Because, I've had enough real rodeos coming from Flint, Michigan myself that, look, like, listen, I can really get triggered into PTSD when I see sequences like that sometimes because freaking shizzle gets real, and it's always been real. I've seen it. I've been to Detroit when I was a kid, and the first time I went, the dude whipped out a pistol in the Coney Island and was whipping it around and it was a big ass silver gun, it was probably like a 357 or some kind of 45 or something like that, dude. And this was, I was young. I was probably like 7 or 8 or 9, and it was my cousins. They're actually Indians from the reservation way up north. And you follow 75 as far as it goes, you run into them up there. So, and it's like, listen, just because, look, these Indians that are way in the backwoods, it's weird. They used to, like back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, they might just come pop in on you once in a while. Or like a cousin from Canada might just drop in and just sleep on the couch for a week. And not say much, and then leave back on their journey. It was great, and that's how Indians are, man. It's like, look, we'll meet you way out there and just show up, and it's like that in life. And even another Indian will spot one out. You just bump into each other. Or even relatives. Because look, there was this black dude I met on a curb not long ago. And he freaking, because he was in prison with some Indian dudes and he was part Indian himself, freaking, he was fucking familiar with all the histories. And I was just, like, astonished at this man's, a lot of his perceptions were accurate. And he was also kind of like, he was walking in multiple worlds at once. And I like that. And that's kind of how the Indian always has been forced to operate, is in multiple worlds. But even before pre-civilization, they were walking in between worlds, the spirit world. And now we have to walk in between all three of these realms all at once. And it's interesting time. And now you even have this technologic overlay where the histories and the databases and the knowledges can all be disclosed to the public. In a way, it's been beneficial to me because it supplements all my private researches and all my freaking inquiries, dude, and all my freaking discoveries. So it is truly a crazy time unlike no other to be in, because Daniel, in those times knowledge shall be increased, and just like I said about Indians, and they shall travel to and fro, freaking, and that was the way to live in cycle with the land. And listen, when you have warring and the reason, that's probably the reason why so many wars happen, because tribes are bumping into each other because they're chasing the same resources but from different territories' perspective, and that's just opportunities for things to go wrong. So that's my theory here. Freaking just taking a forest in the trees view at it. But it's a part of the natural sequence is to migrate. And listen, here's the thing: we live in such freaking tyrannical times where there's a part in the Bible that says, "Look, when they persecute thee, flee to another. When they persecute you in one city, flee thee to another." And we got to be ready to sometimes just drop it all and pick up and go, I guess. And it's just, you can try to freaking fight it and hold on best you can for as long as you can. That's cool if you're holding down your territories, right? If you're at an outpost and it's for a time, it's for a reason, hold that shit down. Hold on the fort and do it with freaking all your might, right? But when it's time to get the fuck out of Dodge and just try something new for a minute, it's like, listen, wherever you're at, it ain't going anywhere. But sometimes you just got to go ahead and get out of there and let it go. Kind of like Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like, well, dude, yeah, it's like we're all little Lots, man, living in freaking Gomorrah right now, buddies and sisters and gals, guys and gals. Sorry to be the guy that has to break it to you, but these are signs of just like, look, the times. This was the one. Welcome to Cartel TikTok. Freaking, so TikTok life, thug life. See, listen, you can look up my freaking old videos. It's called Thug Life, the deeper revelations, and I was doing a kind of a satire, and I was trying to be extra thuggery, and I was really putting a character on for for a way to criticize, kind of in a roundabout way. Because, I find that's an effective way to get a point across sometimes. But, I mean, it looks like you're putting on a show and you really are. But, look, that's what it is to be an orator, to be the keeper of the archives who can scroll through the histories. Look, and this is more additions to that leaving the story behind. But this is a way to actually leave a clip and a snippet, right into the stories used to come from. And it's like, I read books. Somebody was telling me people who don't read books don't know how to use their imagination like people who read their books. It's like, it's a specialized way to use your imagination, because even if I'm reading a historical account, in order to see the historical account, to some extent I do have to use my imagination to see it in a like a movie or a picture form, and it's only kind of a vague, veiled and shadowy and look a glimpse of it. And wouldn't it be nice if you could just be or a fly on the wall observer of some of these things that I read out in books, which aren't based on, they're not based on imagination, they're based on factual, non-fictional accounts. But even on those factual, non-fiction accounts, in order to express them or convey it, sometimes you got to use that freaking imaginative part of your brain. So this is an excellent thing. I did not know about this. So if it wasn't for Dustin, just happened to just come hang out. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, man. He's the guy who got me into other mushroom hunting because he suggested it. And look, me and Dustin walked and made videos before. He was walking, freaking making, or he was using the freaking, what the fuck is that game? Pokemon. And I was like, look, this is some kind of geospatial tracking fucking software. And I'm like, literally, there's spirits, man, around, and the game's freaking linking up with the spirits. And like, listen, because I see sky spirits in the sky in the electromagnetic fields. And that would line up with these Pokemon characters as if some way through a digital like interface, they're projecting characters above their location on the ground. And I mean, I know that's a big stretch, it's a big theory, that's a big reach. But look, they're doing something with some kind of holographic laser beams these days. And there's a infinite potential for some kind of deceptive part of stuff. Cooking with cons. What was that dude? Wait, hold on. Wait, peppers. Man.
Huh?
I was trying to. What was the name of that freaking video where that dude was freaking? He had a prison rigged up. He made them. What was it called? Prison burritos.
Something like that, yeah. Fuck, I am ripped.
That is it right here. Burritos prison style. I watched that one too with him, dude. This is freaking pretty freaking this is an interesting concept, man. Anyway, he said, listen, do you understand? It's like I can only imagine all the wazzling dazzling that is going down in the process of getting these videos, man. These prison leak YouTube videos. This is freaking crazy. This is excellent. I mean, in a way, listen, these people are being exploited. And there's a whole lot of exploitation going on, and it's just so mainstreamed. This is just interesting. This is look, the prison economy, man. And they're also showing you that's like, look, this is where you're gonna go if you step out of line too far. And then look, you're gonna go in this place, and we're gonna get freaking you're always under the threat of rape and death. And it's part of the prison freaking society, and it leads to the freaking it's like you have to tolerate the sodomy and just like learn to look to you can weasel your way in the cracks as much as you can to not let it freaking take you all the way down. But look, this is institutionalization, and it is just sad, dude. And but at the same time, how interesting and entertaining it's kind of is to just delve into this darkness here. And unfortunate, listen, I ain't gonna lie. All of my studies and inquiries, and look, yeah, I've been to some dark, deep, dark places. They just freaking, you just bump into them too, and freaking, they kind of take you for a ride, man, and not the good kind. So, just in all honesty, listen, dabbling into this darkness, it's pretty dark, and it can give you a kind of lingering morbidness. That's that can cause you some weirdness and some not very pleasant, impulsive feelings, stuff like that. You get weirded freaking out. How to cook fish in prison. Fishing for quesadillas in a penitentiary. Man. Listen. What these this dude's from home look, this dude looks like he's cooking fucking prison recipes from home. And his face is all jacked out of shape. Yeah, anyway, man, this is freaking interesting, man. How to cook on a steel. Yeah, see, these dudes got some kind of steel plate, man, that they're rigging up, dude, to freaking fry that stuff on.
That in a couple of them, I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, anyway, yeah. No, look, this is take some sophisticated, coordinated. I mean, that right there, that looked like monkey brains. That really looks like a fucking monkey brain right there. And that almost is I could almost freaking puke just looking at it. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wet ramen burrito. Ramen noodle hot pocket. Yeah, man, anyway, these leaked prison videos, freaking, and, that's pretty freaking, it's pretty freaking crazy. It's crazy. I didn't even know this was all going on. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, anyway, freaking, he also, look, this dude, anyway, back to the dude with, he introduced me to the other mushrooms, and this, I'll throw up a couple of them real quick.
The other mushroom.
Yep, the fall season. He told me there was a fall harvest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Quite a few mushrooms you can get out in the fall. Only the fall.
Right. Anyway,
What?
No, I'm still making this video, my bud. So it's just the audio. So now I'm gonna look these up a little bit, just freaking to show people what I'm talking about. I found these right here. Yeah, you can go, research some of these people's channels for yourself. And, oh, wow. I'm going to have to subscribe to this channel real quick because I like this concept right here. But anyway. Chicken in the woods. I mean, that does look like freaking fried chicken. That is freaking interesting. Who it? Of course he is. Anyway, thanks to old Dustin there. I freaking have, look, my search for these took a long time. I did not have immediate success with any of them. Because look, it's like first, step one, awareness. Step two, you have to freaking plot out a course. And, let me see something real quick. And it's nothing that happens freaking. Ooh, yeah. It's nothing that happens freaking, right away, dude. And it's kind of like sometimes you'll freaking, sometimes, man, it takes a freaking long time for it to pay out, but once it does, man, it's like you'll start to notice this stuff everywhere. Like, look, you'll wonder how you ever missed it before, but you got to find a likelihood of places where they may grow. Once you have a data point, it's like you can start to plot a course as you fill in the gaps about more data points. Like, look, you have to know. Look, can you tell the difference between a maple and an oak? I mean, I can. Can you tell the difference between a birch and an elm? I can. And it takes a while, for instance, to fill in those data points. I mean, now, can you tell the difference between a red oak and a white oak? Can you tell the difference between a silver birch and a white birch? For instance, or like a hickory nut versus a walnut. Like, listen, these are data points. Look, and they're not even necessarily even relevant to the mushroom yet. But the mushrooms grow in likelihood on different trees in different states of condition. For instance, the morel mushroom grows in the elm bark that falls off when it hits a certain age. It just goes down. And if you can find a place that has apples, apple trees, and elms, and it has partial sunny places and partial open places, listen, and it's on a slant in the hill that doesn't flood, there's a high likelihood that you might find some in that area. You know what I mean? And those are data points. But in the process of that, I got to understand these different data points and different scenarios and conditions. So, anyway, let me see this here real quick here. Yeah, I got more on the way. As you can see, let me see. I got to go back to this. Here we go. Chicken of the wood. And here's another one that I like right here. And it wasn't because of it was because of him. I found out about these mushrooms here. And bang. It took me a lot of, actually, dude, I had to do so much walking and I spent a lot of time. But listen, every hiking session is so therapeutic. I'll tell you what, my buddy Dale, if you're watching this, I forgot to tell him this, man, but every time I used to go to the hike, once I would get to the woods, it would be like the stress and anxiety kind of just goes away all of a sudden, and you feel this relief, and you have to take a shizzle instantly, and you're like, F, where can I go take a dump? And I've actually had a dump on a tree and then rip a piece of cloth that I had from work left over, and wipe there and just leave it, unfortunately. And it was but because every time I hit the woods, man, the therapeutic effect is that you can, and it says that in the Chinese medicine theories, the traditional Chinese medicine, it's like you must relax in order to take a dump and for your body to have a unstagnated energy. You know what I mean? And well, anyway, when you go out to the woods anyway, there's a mass dump of oxygen too. The oxygen quality is better because the carb is being converted there at a higher rate. The carbon dioxide is being converted there, so it's like there's like this literally this essence, this vapor of mystical healing vibe. I'm not even joking. How do you stay there longer? Well, you become a natural scientist and go conduct experiments and go, see what's here and how it is beneficial, and see. Look, you learn to identify. I love it, man. I love it. It's fun. It's also called mataki. But anyway, these freaking woods, or these mushrooms too, have many like beneficial effects on people. And listen, this is another venue for me to experiment in and look and more data points, more stuff to for look pending further research. Anyway, one day I was at work. I was doing a guy's house painting, and I just had a short chat with him. The person we were doing the work for, he was. I was telling him about mushrooms hunting because I started doing morelling, and he said, "Oh yeah, my wife drinks this stuff called chaga," and he goes, she swears by it. So I was like, what? So this was my second mushroom that I went for right here on my journey. So, and listen, now, dude, I dabble in a lot of fields, dude, with my experiments and my bushcrafting and my medical or medicinal and Chinese traditional medicinal and the prayer and all that, dude. Freaking look. And look, you can make some good concoctions. And it's like this, they're already experimenting on you. Why don't you freaking experiment for yourself, sir? And then contempt prior to investigation is what it means to be ignorant, man. That's the worst kind of ignorance that you can have. You have contempt prior to investigation. Listen, that's not the way that you get it, man. No, it's nice to have a fucking real hardcore skeptic around you, I found. It's been beneficial because they literally force you to articulate. And you win them over a little bit by a little bit, or it takes a while. But I appreciate a real hardcore skeptic, man. I found, and that the non-believers, man, they're important because look, they put up a good fight, but look, if you just have courage and just look, keep freaking stay strong in your core beliefs, man. It's just look, there's nothing no one can do to you. Ooh, look at this, guys. That's ooh. I might need to watch this. Let me see. We subscribed. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna subscribe that dude. I've watched a video before with a slingshot, and I was comparing my technique from what the dude was showing me on that channel. Dude, this is an excellent hobby, low cost hobby. I mean, you know what I mean? And you can do it literally anywhere. Listen, you can jump out of a car on a gas station and you might see a kind of tree tucked off right behind it and go walk around the base of it and look. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh, that does look like a sheep. It looks like sheep wool, like a pile of it laying there. So anyway, also, let me see this. So I found those, and I literally had to search and trek and go to so many different areas. But dude, once I started finding them, I found them in different spots. So I say I was fucking, it was, I mean, I get such a natural high from doing this mushroom hunt, and there's like nothing like it. It is just like, oh, my stomach hurts and aches. And it's like a deer when they go into rut. I kind of almost go into this kind of rut, and I'm just like, ugh, I want to puke. I'm nauseous, and I'm fucking like foaming at the mouth. And as soon it's almost like a dog or freaking you had in a cage, and it just needs to go out so bad. And as soon as you open that fucking door, it's like gone. That's what it's like with that, and it is great. Then you're flooded with all this like, oh, this relief. When you freaking finally found your big freaking, your pile, buddy. But in the process of finding your pile, man, you bump into other stuff. Like I bumped into some turkey eggs once out there, a whole freaking bushel, dude, when I was hunting the morels. There we go. That's the one that got me. This is the one that got me started. This is my fucking. Listen, listen, if let's say I had a wife and she wouldn't let me morel hunt, she'd get divorced. Let's put it that way. She would get divorced quick. We would have to break up. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. See, just looking at them, just looking at these frickers makes me like, oh man, see, I just triggered myself to make my stomach hurt in that rut. Oh, my morale rut is already gonna kick in, dang it. And it's still quite a ways away. Ooh, but it's coming up. It's looming in the background. So it's good that I'm doing this because now I'm reminded that to yogo means you only got once. So listen, you only got once per season to find this. And this also, remember in the beginning of this full circle, I was talking about the Indians migrating, about the seasonal things and then bumping into each other. And even now, I may bump into another mushroom hunter and there could be secretly in the bush a feud over turf and territory because we might both stake a claim there. And if, for instance, and there are feuds and there's secrecy all involved and strategy and tactics, and that's why I freaking love it, dude. It's a great natural rush, dude. And I can understand how the Indians also with this, like, look, chasing a buffalo down or hitting the salmon run, how it'd be like, yeah, celebration, yeah, yay, we're gonna freaking make it for another season. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's interesting. And I got to get a little bit of taste of that, dude, in my pursuits. You know, I used to have all this negative attitude, and it's like, look, and now that I had to channel it, man, and redirect it and put it towards something in a positive way, and this is one of the ways that I've done it, and how they all freaking kind of bump into one another, dude. It's like, listen, I'm not avoiding anyone or being a hermit. I'm in most of the solitude most of the time, but that's only because no one will walk with me and be there a lot of the time. I mean, sometimes they will. I'll have seasons where I'm out there with freaking a caravan. At the beginning of this freaking, I forgot. At the beginning of this, my family was starting to get together, and even outsiders were coming with us, and we were walking on big hikes, dude, out in the woods, man, and it was freaking fun. And it was just freaking a rejuvenating experience. But I get it, man. It's because we're carrying so much of the world out there with us. It sabotages it. And we end up all splitting up and being scattered. And it was like we got there and we got comfortable at some point and started to dump and unload. And it was like, look, and I haven't done it in a while. And I just realized it. I mean, I do it in spurts. Like not long ago, my mom and my cousin was with us, and we were all freaking playing frisbee golf together. Look, being around people and freaking having a community is freaking important, but also having space and solitude for when you need it is important, and to being able to come together and separate and be being a part of something, but at the same time being your own thing at the same time. It's hard for some people to get it. They either go all the way to the left or all the way to the right. They push the anvil right all the way off the table, and it's like, no, they go all the way for the other side, buddy. But interestingly enough, dude, and here's freaking one more excellent topic I got into, man. Freaking, and I've done my own freaking. I've really like sometimes people don't take me serious enough. Like I don't really listen. Deerbone Nunchuck is an example of I do my freaking experiments, and I have the fruits of those experiments, which mean is real, practical knowledge and mastery and attainment of perception and awareness of these things. By my awareness is the fruit of the benefit of the things that I do, the ways that I do them, or and also just on the flip, life is out of my control, man. God's designed everything for his reasons. And so it's like ultimately It's up to that plan. That was the end was written from the beginning. But within those parameters of the things that I do, like pursue for my reasons, for my personal freaking reasons. Also, it is what it is. And it is relevant to an extent because it's just context. Why does a person think what they think? Why do they believe what they believe? Right here. This topic right here. Let me show you. Oh, dude, we're not subscribed right now. I need to find this guy. Wow. I need to watch one of these vids. And I think I'm going to go put this into application. I know where some moss at right now. Hobbit House Camp. Yes. See, listen. By me looking at this, it offset my rut about the morels. Because I can do this in the meantime. And then I can still survey the land and the terrain. Wilderness. Blow your mind. That does blow my mind. Listen, I don't even need to watch this guy's channel, this video. I could go do that right now. I could walk outside and do that. Because I've already put in the fruit of the benefit of just practice. I seen this in a kung fu movie too. These two dudes kept fighting each other enough. And they were from different schools of fighting. But look, at the end, they combined their techniques. And they thought, you know what? I'm so good at what I do, I can just instantly almost just freaking copy what you're doing and be good at it. And hey, man, I get it. I like your technique. It works. I like being able to interchange between my technique and yours. It's freaking excellent. It's even better. Thank you, sir. Look, you used to be my adversary, but now you're my freaking now you're my kung fu brother. Thank you for being a good kung fu brother. And even for a time, it seemed that it was an enemy, but until you freaking learn to learn from one another. And look, that process. Like, instead of just getting mad and smoking a nigga, instead, build a bridge. Instead of burying digging a grave, build a bridge, man. I see it now. Oh, but anyway, this topic, these three topics, man. The bushcraft, the mushroom, and hiking. All three of these freaking things wow. They all blend together, man. And also Kung Fu, man, was all about nature's it was a poetry that was expressed in the form of animal and freaking elemental freaking parables and stuff like that. And even in the scripture, in the Psalms and different aspects of the Bible, man, like Jesus Christ just referred to the lion and the lamb. For instance, there's a great eagle, and that eagle's a king, and that king was freaking Nebuchadnezzar, and for instance, there's a symbolic expression of knowledge that's ancient, and it's from the beginning. And it's like both God and the devil can speak in that kind of, dang, I need to stop, buddy. I'm done, I guess.